Back into Sill Field as the Bobcats. Softball side of things, again, the Western Dubuque Bobcats over on the baseball field tonight, defeating West Delaware 11-1 in that ball game. We'll send it back to John Swisher for game 2 before we get ready for our second game here, as it's 3-1, West Delaware leading. And batting for Western Dubuque here, or for the Hawks, is Kristen Wegman. Jenna Hafler is the new pitcher in the circle for the Bobcats, as that she will replace Lindsay Wogenbush, who gave up the 3 runs in this game. So it'll be Jenna Hafler in the circle now for Western Dubuque. So Wegman stands in here as she is 0 for 2 in this ball game, grounded out to second her first time out, and lined to second in her second at bat back in the 3rd inning. She stands in here to lead off the bottom of inning number 5. And the Hawks come in here 26-8 on the season. Western Dubuque is 16-13. Hawks ranked number 6 in Class 3A, and the first pitch to Wegman is a strike, 0-1, here on the senior shortstop for the Hawks. As Hafler, the left-handed pitcher, brings the 0-1, is going to be taken outside for a ball, 1-1 the count.
Hafler, this is her 4th appearance on the year. Only pitched 4 2/3 innings on the year this year. Allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 of them earned a 1.5 earned run average. Has walked 7 and only struck out 3. So you look at that. If I'm the Hawk coach, I'm telling the batters, take a look at some pitches here, because 7 walks in 4 innings. Got a little wildness to her. Let's take some free passes.
A ball and a strike here from the freshman Hafler, evens the count at 2-2. Wegman's going to hit this ball out into right field, and it's going to be just foul, just outside of that foul line down there on the right side, so the count will remain 2-2.
Hawks 3 runs on 6 hits so far here, but 5 of those hits are coming from the 7, 8, 9 spots in that batting order, so that bottom part doing a great job here tonight.
Off the gloves of Reagan Massey, and Lindsay Wogenbush moved over to first base. So Wegman will be on. Wegman will be on with with a single there, as it's a tough play right down the line. And now we're going to see Joanna Voss come in as the pinch runner here for Kristen Wegman.
Joanna Voss on first.
So
yeah, she hit the ball hard, and as first basemen typically do, they're playing about 5, 6 steps in front of the bag, and it just hit it hard enough right down that line, and Wogenbush unable to get down. Got part of the glove on there, but not really able to stop it. So give Wegman her first hit of the night.
Malia Georgian stands in and takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. Again, the Hawks 26-8 on this season. They're 12-1 at home. And again, that one loss was last week to Beckman, as this pitch is high and it gets away from the catcher, Michaela Jones. So Voss will go down to second on the wild pitch. And the count will be 1-1. And he's going to say she went, so it'll be... I thought she put that bat back up there, so I believe the count is 0-2 on Georgian, as she attempted at that pitch, and the 0-2 is going to be hit over the shortstop, Hannah Horsfield's head, as Coach Ray will hold Voss up at second. Georgian will go to second on the throw, as Voss is held at third base, so she will be standing there. And Megan Hofer will take off there as the courtesy runner, and that'll bring Kyra Vasky to the plate. She's 0 for 2, has lined up to third and short in the second and third innings.
And that's good base running there by Georgian, too, because it's just a little soft liner to left center field. And the left fielder picked it up and just kind of threw it in the infield. Didn't really throw it to anybody. Didn't hit any cutoff. The ball kind of comes rolling in all the way to the catcher. And that allowed that runner to easily go from first to second. If she'd have just thrown it in, gave it to her shortstop, let her shortstop run in, at least they'd have kept the runners at first and third. But you see that a lot sometimes as girls are very, very aggressive and get first to second on a throw.
Vasky takes the first pitch for a strike. The 0-1 is going to be in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Voss coming home And the ball came out just a little bit. She bobbled it. So Joanna Voss will score on the wild pitch. Again, pinch running for Kristen Wegman. Hofer will go to third on the play. And the Hawks lead it 4-1. Here with nobody out in the bottom of inning number 5. Again, a nice play there by Jenna Hafler, but that ball it was moving around once the slide from Voss came in. And it'll be the Hawks' 4th run of the ball game, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, she didn't get as good a jump down there as probably should have, and great hustle by the catcher Jones and gave the Hafler a good pitch, and she was sitting at the ball, laying right on home plate right in front of it, and the slide by Voss just kind of knocked that ball loose a little bit, and the umpire saw it, but she was kind of bobbling a little bit, so good call there by the umpire.
The 1-1 to Vasky's going to be bunted. It stays in the box. Fair ball. They're going to throw it down to first. Catcher's going to throw to the second baseman covering to get Vasky at first, but the run, Megan Hofer will come home. So 2-4 on that put out by Vasky. And it'll be the Hawks' 5th run of the ball game, and they lead it 5-1 with 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 5.
And don't forget to give her an RBI. Yeah, give her an RBI. I mean, she earned that one.
All right. Claire Demmer stands in. She's a designated player, and the first pitch to her is outside for a ball, 1-0. She checks down to head coach Tiffany Rave in the third base coaching box. Coach Rave, 159-71 in her coaching career as Demmer chops this ball to the right side, picked up by Allie Besler. At second base, she throws on to Wogenbush covering at first base for out number 2, so 2 away, and that'll bring up Peyton Lindauer, the first baseman for the Hawks. And Coach Rave, her second year at West Delaware, 51 wins, 23 losses in her career here at West Delaware. She spent 5 years as the head coach at Monticello, a 2006 EDCO grad. Played her college softball at Luther College as the first pitch to Lindauer is taken for a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 is going to be popped in the air, middle of the infield. Shortstop, Horsfield going back, and she makes the catch for out number 3. But the Hawks add 2 more. They lead it 5-1. We go to the 6th. It's West Delaware 5, Western Dubuque 1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KNCH.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware Turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
AK Sports in Manchester offers team apparel, screen printing, hunting and fishing supplies, and more. Get your game on with AK Sports, your local sporting apparel store, and more in Manchester.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Top of the order due up here for the Bobcats in the top of inning number 6. Hannah Horsfield, the shortstop, will stand in to lead things off for Western Dubuque. She's 0 for 1 in this ball game, grounded to the pitcher her first time up, and walked back in the third. She will stand in here. Going to wait the first pitch from 8th grade pitcher for the Hawks here in game 1, Macy Kleitch, and the first pitch from Kleitch is a called strike 1, 0-1 the count. The Bobcats 16-13 this season. They're 6-7 at home, 8-5 on the road. As the 0-1 is an attempted bunt there by Horsfield, as it'll be called a strike, 0-2, as they are 14-6 in the Walmart Conference this year. 6-5 on the east side, as the 0-2 from Kleitch is going to be taken, called strike 3. So the 5th strikeout of this game for Macy Kleitch is out number 1 here to start the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Macy's really done a nice job here so far, too. Just 1 run on 1 hit. That 1 hit was that long home run that she allowed back in that 2nd inning. The only other base runner, she walked Horsfield in the 3rd inning, and then Wogenbush got on an error right behind her. And other than that, she's kept them off base and done a tremendous job pitching here in game 1.
And Taylor Wogenbush stands in here, the left fielder. So for 2 in this ball game, the first pitch was a ball, and the 1-0 is taken for a called strike 1, 1-1 the count, as Wogenbush popped up to first baseman her first time up. and reached on an air back in inning number 3, and the 1-1 is taken for a ball, 2-1 the count. On the lone senior for the Bobcats, Taylor Wogenbush, and she hits this one off the glove of Macy Kleitsch, and it ricochets over to Yankovic. She picks it up and throws on to Lindauer for out number 2, so the 1-4-3 put out there for out number 2 will bring up Peyton Kirprick, the third baseman. As she stands in here, she's 0 for 2, grounded out to Kleitsch her first time up in the first inning and struck out looking back in the third. The first pitch to Kirprick is taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count. 2 away, top of inning number 6. The Hawks lead this one 5-1 over Western Dubuque. As when our game is done here, we'll send it back to Swish at the Beckman Complex for the start of game 2 with Westone and Western Dubuque over there at Exide Field. Again, Western Dubuque won that first contest on the baseball diamond 11-1 over the Hawks. As Kleitsch gets the ball back in and set to deliver the 1-1. As Kirprick is going to ground this one foul off the left side. And count will go to 1-2. Again, Bill mentioned that solo home run by Ella Link, the 8th grade designated player, as her 3rd home run of the season. Solo shot with 2 outs in the second inning. Off-speed pitch is going to be called. Strike 3 on Kirprick. 6th strike out of the game for Macy Kleitsch. And that'll do it for the Bobcats. In the top of the 6th, we go to the bottom half of the 6th as the Hawks lead at 5-1. You're listening to West Delaware Softball from KNCH Sports.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
For over a century, Anderson has been helping families make their homes brighter, more comfortable, and more beautiful. They do it by making quality windows and doors, setting the bar high and raising it day after day, year after year, making Anderson the leader in doors and windows. Contact local vendor Delhi Lumber at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, has big town quality with small town service.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Back into Sill Field, 0-2 the count on Macy Kleitsch. 8th grade pitcher for the Hawks stands in here as the 0-2 is going to be taken for a ball. 1-2 the count as Kleitsch stands in here. She's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs so far in game 1. As she waits the 1-2 is going to be popped back to the pitcher, Jenna Hafler, for out number 1.
That was a good jam job. She got that pitch, a 2-strike pitch, in on that inside part of the plate. The Kleitsch really unable to do anything with it. Really jammed her real good. So good pitch there by Hafler.
As that'll bring up Heidi Yankovic as she stands in here 2 for 2 in this game. She hits this one through the middle, past the diving Allie Besler for her 3rd hit of the ball game. So Heidi Yankovic is 3 for 3 in this ball game. 3 singles, 1 RBI as she stands on first with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Caitlin Mangold. Hawks lead at 5-1 here.
1 out.
As Mangold will stand in here. She's 1 for 3 in this ball game. As she waits the first pitch, as it hit her bat, as she took a running look at it. It was a little high and inside. She tried to get out of the way, but didn't take the bat with her, and a foul ball. The count is 0-1.
That didn't come that far away from grazing the face mask of her helmet either, because it was high and inside. And she was trying to bail out a little bit and just got the helmet out of the way.
Another inside pitch. Mangold takes this for a ball. 1-1 the count now. as she reached on an infield hit her first time. A nice bunt to the left side to reach for her first hit of the ball game. She lined out to the pitcher in the second and popped up to third base. Back in the fourth inning, she bunts this to the right side, and she's going to be beated out. And another infield hit for Caitlin Mangold, as Besler fielded it cleanly, threw on to Lindsay Wogenbush at first, but not in time to get the speedy Mangold. And just like that, there's runners on first and second for the Hawks. One away here in the bottom of the sixth, and that'll bring up Liz Kolak. She stands in. She's 0 for 2 in this ball game, and a sacrifice bunt in the first. As this pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. She grounded out to the pitcher in the third, flew out to right back in the fourth inning as she digs back into the box here and awaits the 0-1 from Hafler. Swung on a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Hawks putting a little more pressure here on the Bobcats. Runners at first and second. Yankovic at second. And Mangold over at first base. The 0-2 to Kolak is going to get away from the catcher, Michaela Jones, and the runners will move up 60 feet there with that wild pitch.
And now you'd like to see Liz Kolak come up and get that ball, at least put it in play somewhere and drive in an insurance run or two here.
And that'll do it. It's going to be hit out to right field. Right fielder Danny Wolf will make the catch. Yankovic will tag from third, and she will score easily as Mangold will move up to third base on the sacrifice fly by Liz Kolak.
Yeah, she did a nice job of getting it out there, hitting it deep enough. Right fielder Wolf did a right job, just threw it in there, and it was hit deep enough. She wasn't going to keep either runner from advancing, so good job by the Hawk base runners.
Kristen Wegman stands in here. Scores now 6-1 in favor of the Hawks, and the first pitch to Wegman is taken for a ball. 1-0 the count.
And the Hawks took advantage of that wild pitch. The wild pitch put both runners in play.
And here's a line drive out into right center field. That'll score Mangold as Wegman, with her second hit of this ball game, makes the score now 7-1 as Mangold will come in from third on that RBI single by Kristen Wegman.
RBI number 12 on the year for Kristen. And leader in batting average of 381 on the year.
As Malia Georgian will stand in here with a runner at first, Wegman. This one is going to get away from the catcher. A wild pitch there as Wegman will go down to second base there. And so a runner on second with 2 away. Hawks leading 7-1. And Georgian with an RBI chance here. She stands in. She's 1 for 3 and 1 for 3. Go out to center. And reached on an air back in the third inning and singled and later scored in the fifth. As this one's hit foul, and the count will go even 1-1. The Hawks are 13-3 in the WAMAC, 7-1 on the east side. As this one's going to hit Georgian high and in, as Georgian's going to take the hit by pitch, and she will march down to first base, and Megan Hofer will come in as her courtesy runner. So with 2 away, and runners on first and second, that'll bring up left fielder Kyra Vasky, who's 0 for 3 in this ball game, has an RBI. As she lined 0 for 2. 0 for 2, sacrifice.
Do not shortcut her. So I'm going to let her know.
0 for 2.
I'm going to let her know.
As she stands in here and awaits the first pitch from Hafler, is going to be taken high for a ball, 1-0. She lined out to third in the second, lined out to short in the third, and a sacrifice.
And an RBI.
And an RBI, too. As this one's fouled straight back, it'll even the count 1-1. With 2 away here in the bottom of the sixth, Hawks leading 7-1. Here in this game 1 of this WAMAC Conference East Side doubleheader. The Hawks and the Bobcats as Vasky stands back in. The 1-1 is going to be fouled back to the screen again, so the count will go to 1-2.
That's a nice part of what the Hawks are doing tonight. They've scored 4 out of the 6 innings here so far. As a coach, that's what you like to see. Instead of having one big inning, you like to see that consistency up and down the lineup. The Hawks are getting the job done, getting people on base and getting them in.
fouled away once again by Vasky, so the count remains 1-2. It seems like too many of our score sheets for this softball team have been, they've gotten them in 1 or 2 innings, like you mentioned. And here, like you said, scored 4 out of these 6 innings. As Vasky's going to hit this ball, it's going to be grabbed by the second baseman, but she's going to feed it out as Fesler had to go to her right, made a great stop on that play, but the throw was not in time, so infield single for Vasky. We'll load the bases with 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 6 with the Hawks leading 7-1. And Claire Demmer coming to the plate as speed. And where do you think she gets that speed?
She got all of yours. You have none.
I have some to spare. Do you? Well, quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit to spare. Speed to burn, Bill.
Speed to burn?
That's right. As Bobcat coach Rachel Neal heads out to the mound and has a talk with her infield. She's in her 6th season as the head coach, where she's 87 and 124. She was an assistant at Western Dubuque from 2008 to 2010. A 2002 Wahlert grad. She played shortstop for UNI from 2002 to 2006 and was inducted into the Wahlert Hall of Fame in 2010 and is in the Iowa Girls Hall of Fame for volleyball and softball. As the first pitch to Demmer is going to be fouled out of play. 0-1 the count, still with 2 outs here in this bottom of the 6th inning as Hafler comes set for the 0-1. It's going to be hit softly out into center field. It's going to get down in front of the center fielder, Stenlinger, and 2 runs will come in to score on the 2 RBI single by Claire Demmer as Vasky will advance to second on that play. And just a nice little blooper there.
Well, and you couldn't have gone out there and thrown it out there any better than that. You knew off the bat that it was going to be out of the infielder's reach. And center fielder Denlinger was coming in as hard as she could. And you could tell it wasn't going to, she was going to be able to get it. So good base running there by the Hawks, scored 2 more on that little bloop single to center.
As Macy Kleitsch will stand in the first pitch to her. Peyton Lindauer stands in. First pitch to Lindauer is taken for a ball, 1-0. This one's going to be lined out into center field, and that'll score 1 more as Vasky comes around. She'll score from second, and the Hawks now lead it 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th on an RBI single by Peyton Lindauer as Demmer will go to second on the play. So runners at first and second, still 2 out. And that'll bring up Macy Kleitsch. And we're going to change pitchers here as we're going to see Reagan Massey will go, and she will pitch for the Bobcats. As with that, we will take a short break, and we'll come back with more Hawks softball. They lead it 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Hawks softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
Back into Sill Field, Hawks lead 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Reagan Massey, the new pitcher for the Bobcats. As standing in will be Macy Kleitsch, as she's the 10th batter to come to the plate here in this inning, as she popped out to the pitcher to start this inning. The first pitch to her is taken for a called strike 1, 0-1 the count. As Massey, get her pitching numbers here for you, as the 0-1 is going to be fouled off. And it'll go to 0-2. As this is her 16th appearance of the season. She's got a 7-5 record, 81 in the 3rd innings pitch. As 3.18 ERA, 20 walks, 1 hit batter, and 51 strikeouts. As the 0-2 is going to be taken for a ball, 1-2 the count here on Macy Kleitch. As Kleitch awaits and swings and misses for strike 3, and that is how that inning will go. As the Hawks add 5 more there in the bottom of the 6th, they lead it 10-1. We'll be back for the 7th. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware Softball from KMCH Sports.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Whatever your favorite sport, we know you will join Parrott Insurance and Grinnell Mutual in supporting all of our local athletes. Parrott Insurance is proud to be part of this community and looks forward to catching all of the sports action this year. If you want a strong insurance team working for you, call Parrott Insurance today for a quote from Grinnell Mutual and experience our policy of working together.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Back into Sill Field, Hawks lead at 10-1. Jamie Vaskey, Bill Logan along with you. Keeping us up and running tonight is in-studio producer Darby Washington as he's back at the studios of KMCH on East Main Street, Manchester. And we're here in the top of the 7th. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Bobcats. It'll be Lindsay Wogenbush set to lead it off for Western Dubuque. She stands in here. She's 0 for 2 in this ball game. She's grounded out to the pitcher both times at the plate in this ball game. She is the pitcher of record for the Bobcats here. Is the first pitch to her is a called strike 1, 0-1. As Macy Kleitch pitching this game so far from start to finish is the 0-1. It's taken for a called strike 2, 0-2 the count. Kleitch with 6 strikeouts so far in this game. And again, just that 1 hit. The 0-2 is taken high and outside for a ball, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, she's done a nice job coming as an 8th grader pitching with the little injury that Kristen Wegman's dealing with, that keeping her out of that pitching circle. She's still able to play. And she's done a nice job of splitting the pitching between her and Kristen. Pitched a little bit over the weekend. Emily Closeman pitched a little bit over the weekend, but basically did a nice job over the weekend down at Ames. Had a 3-hitter in the win over Gilbert.
Wogenbush has worked the count back to full, 3-2 the count on Lindsay Wogenbush, the sophomore for the Bobcats, and she swings and misses for strike 3, so out number 1, and the 7th strikeout of the game for Macy Kleitch, as that'll bring up Reagan Massey for the Bobcats with 1 away here in the top of the 7th. As she's 0 for 2, she grounded out to short her first time up and popped up to shortstop her second time up, as the first pitch to her is taken for a ball, 1-0. In the Hawks this week, as this pitch is grounded out to the shortstop Wegman, and she can't come up with it. So Massey will reach first base on the air by Wegman. Kind of just had it roll up her arm there, as Massey will be down at first base with 1 away here.
We're going to send in a runner. Number 1, Addie Olbrich. Will be
a courtesy runner.
Pinch runner, actually, because she was the pitcher, but now she's a first baseman.
No, she was the first baseman. Now she's the pitcher.
Oh, that's right. Wogenbush was, yep.
Don't worry, I got you, buddy.
You got me.
So it'll be Olbrich, the courtesy runner down there for Massey. As she's down at first base with 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Hawks leading 10-1. And the first pitch here to Ella Link, the lone hit of this ball game. She's the designated player. She hit a solo home run with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd. She grounded out to second in her last at bat back in the 4th inning. As the first pitch to her is strike 1, 0-1. And the 0-1 is going to be flying out to right field, but it's going to get foul, so the count will go to 0-2. Rest of the week for the Hawks, they will head to Mount Vernon on Thursday night, a game you can hear with John and Bill right here on KMCH. And, of course, July 5th, next Tuesday, they will make up that game, that doubleheader down at DeWitt, as the 0-2 is taken outside for a ball, 1-2 the count. Not sure yet if you guys are covering that game down there next Tuesday or not. I haven't heard, but
I'm not sure if there'll be some tournament play somewhere. Possibly, I'm not sure.
Very possible.
We'll know here in the next couple of days.
The 1-2 is going to be a little hot fly out to the shortstop, or the second baseman, Yankovic, as she makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away here, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Kelly Denlinger, as Denlinger stands in here, a junior for the Bobcats, with 2 away here in the top of the 7th. And the first pitch to Denlinger is going to be taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count. As the 1-0 is going to be taken for a strike, so that'll even the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 to Denlinger is going to be in the dirt. Nice stop by Georgian as she smothered that one and keeps it in front of her, so the count will go to 2-1 here. With 2 away in the top of inning number 7. In Western Dubuque will start their postseason play next Thursday, as this one's hit out in the air, shallow right field. That ball's going to get down. Allie Martin will come in and cut it off, as Addie Oldrick will head to second base on that single by Kelly Denlinger, and that'll bring up Michaela Jones, the catcher, as she stands in here 0 for 2. As next Tuesday, you guys will be at Mount Vernon for West Delaware Boys Baseball. So thanks to Sports Director John Swisher for that update. So we'll have to get updates from that West Delaware DeWitt Central softball game, as the first pitch here to Jones is taken for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count, 2 away, top of the 7th, and the Hawks leading 10-1. This one swung on a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count on Michaela Jones, as she grounded out to second her first time up in the 3rd and struck out swinging back in inning number 5. Comes in and awaits the 0-2 from Kleitz. It's going to be fouled straight back, so the count will hold 0-2. Runners on first and second here. Courtesy runner Addie Olbrich out at second. And the center fielder, Kelly Denlinger, is the runner at first base. The 0-2 is going to be swung on, hit over to the right side. Lindauer will catch it at first base for out number 3, and that's how this game will end. The Hawks will win it 10-1, and we will take a break and come back. We'll add up some totals and send it back to Exide Field with John Swisher for Game 2, the West Delaware Boys and Western Dubuque Boys baseball game over at Exide Field. Hawks win 10-1 in this opening game of the softball. Back after this from KMCH Sports.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at forbrowns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Are you looking for great food and a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Back in to still Jamie Vasky, Bill Logan back along with you as the Hawks softball team takes game 1 here, 10-1 the final score. As like Bill mentioned during that game, the Hawks scored in 4 of the 6 innings that they batted, as they put up 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and then a 5 spot in inning number 6. And that's, like you mentioned earlier, Bill, as a coach, you got to be happy with that.
Well, you like to see what they did up and down that lineup, as 8 of the 9 girls in that lineup had base hits. The only one that did was Liz Kolak. She had a couple sacrifices, so she had an RBI and did the things that sometimes don't show up in the scorebook that contribute to that win. Basically, hats off to her. She pitched a fine 2-hitter here in this game and knocked in the first run of the game and knocked in the third run of the game. She went 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs and a winning pitcher. So outstanding game 1 by Macy Kleitch.
Absolutely. Some game totals for the losing team, Western Dubuque Bobcats. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 West Delaware errors. They left 4 runners on base, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, no hit batters. And for the victorious West Delaware Hawks in game 1, 10 runs on 14 hits, 1 Western Dubuque error. The Hawks left 7 runners on base, struck out twice, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter in a game that lasted 1 hour and 24 minutes. Well, that is going to wrap up our coverage for now. We're going to send it back to John Swisher, as they should be starting the boys' game here, as we'll get some bonus coverage from Exide Field before we take it back for game number 2 between the Hawks and the Bobcats here from Sill Field. For Bill Logan, I'm Jamie Vasky, and we'll talk to you in just a little bit as the Hawks win game 1, 10-1, and you're listening to West Delaware Softball on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
This is Jamie Vasky.